This video covers dot plots, stem and leaf plots, and Venn diagrams. We're going to go from easy to less easy. Starting off with dot plots. Dot plots are like bar graphs, but there's no y-axis. Notice how there's no y-axis here. Some dot plots use dots, some use circles, some can even use x's. Unless it says otherwise, usually every dot, every circle, or every x represents one of those numbers. So for example, if I were to change this dot plot into the actual numbers, it would be 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, because you see how there's two dots for under or above 0? That's why there's two zeros. There's 5 dots above 1. That's why there's 5 ones. And if I keep continuing, there's 3 2s, 2 3s, 1 4, and 1 5. Pretty simple. All right, next up we have stem and leaf plots. Now, in a stem and leaf plot, the good thing is that it puts the numbers in number order. Think of the leaf as always the ones digit, and the stem will be either the tens digit or the tens and hundreds digit. So for example, 31 has a ones digit of 1. That's what this is right here. And because 31 has a tens digit of 3, that's right there. The stem and leaf plot, I see 2 ones in the stem of 3. That means there's a 31 here and a 31 there, which matches these two 31s. Notice how this 43, the 3 is the ones digit, so it goes there. And it's in the stem of 4 because it's in the 40s. This next number is 47, so again, stem of 4 because it's in the 40s, with a leaf of 7, a ones digit of 7. Now there are no number in the 50s, right? Over here. That's why it's blank in the leaves. Sometimes if you want, you can write the 5 and leave the leaf blank, or some people just omit the 5 and go straight from 4 to 6. That's up to you. One thing you have to make sure you're doing is that the leaves are in number order. For every row, the leaves are in number order. So this cannot be 7, 3. It has to be 3 first, then 7. Right here it has to be 1, then 6, then 8, because it's in number order. Right, this isn't really 1, this is actually 61, because it's in a stem of 6, like right there. This isn't just a 6, this is 66, like right there. Now, a few exceptions are single digit or 3-digit numbers. For example, if you have 5 or 8, then, 10 is so thick. If you were to draw a stem and leaf plot, again, these are ones, right? So I would go 5 and 8. And what do you think the stem would be, right? If they're single digit numbers, what number's in their tens unit? Well, there's nothing, so the stem would be 0. And then if you have a number like 115, right? The ones digit is a 5, so I would put 5 here. But the stem would be 2 digits, would be 11. Hope that makes sense. All right, that's the medium difficulty. Now we get to the hard difficulty, Venn diagrams. And Venn diagrams are hard because of its wording. So there are 3 words you need to really focus on, and those are only, and or. Okay, so only means ignore the overlap. And means you want to target the overlap. And or means all inclusive, so all the circles added together. So for example, in this diagram right here, if I have how many people, what's the question, have cats? Or yeah, let's say Let's say the survey question here was how many people own these type of pets, right? And let's say the numbers were 8 people only have cats, 10 people only have dogs, and 5 people have cats and dogs. If I asked you how many people have dogs, the answer would be 15. Because dogs is these people all have dogs, right? This is the dog circle. So these 5 have dogs. These 10 also have dogs, so it'd be 15. If I want to target just these 10, ignore the overlapping area and target just parts of the circle, I would use only. So if I said only dogs, if it was only dogs, then it would just be 10, right? Because I'm ignoring the overlap. I do not count the overlap because I see the word only. What if it's dogs and cats? Again, we look at and. If you see the word and, you want to target the overlap, right? If you see the word and, it means what is the overlap? Where is the overlap between dogs and cats? The overlap is right here. So 5 people have dogs and cats. And then the trickiest one is or. Dogs or cats. Or means all-inclusive, right? If you ask these people if they have cats, dogs or cats, they would say yes, because these have cats, so they would say yes. These people have both, so they would say yes. These have dogs, so they would say yes. So if it's or, it's all-inclusive. That includes all the cat circle and all the dog circle. So we add everything up, 8 plus 5 plus 10, which is 23. Okay, that's it for notes. Pause if you need to copy it down. We're going to move on to practice problems. All right, we have a triple Venn diagram here. How many students like dogs? Number 1, how many students like dogs? I don't see the word only, so that means it's just everyone in the dog circle. 6 plus 2 plus 2, that's going to be 10. Plus 9 is going to be 19. Number 2, how many students only like dogs? Again, I see the word only, so I want to ignore everything that overlaps. I don't want to count those. So only dogs would be 9. Number 3, how many students like dogs or cats? Keyword is or. Or is all inclusive. That means I want all the dogs and all the cats. Basically everyone besides this one person that's only birds, right? And here it tells me that there are 40 total. So 40 minus this one is 39. I'm going to double check, right? 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 10 is 30, plus 9, 39. And then number 4, how many students like both dogs and cats? Keyword is and. So and means where they overlap. So I want to see where the dogs and cats overlap. So dogs and cats, they overlap here and there. Some of you may think, oh, we don't count this because that has to do with birds, but this question has nothing to do with birds. I don't care about birds at all. I just care about dogs and cats, which means that overlaps this entire area right here. So there are 8 people, 6 plus 2. There are 8 people or 8 students that have both dogs and cats. Number 5, make a stem and leaf plot of the following data. Okay, I'm looking, my smallest number is in the ones, which means I have a stem of 0. And then do I have any stem of 1s? Yes. Do I have stem of 2s? Yes. Do I have stem of 3s? No, I think that's it. Okay. So let's start least to greatest, right? Number order. For my zeros, I'm looking for single digit numbers. I see 3, 7, 7. So put them in number order, 3, 7, 7. Now for my tens, my stem of 1, so that's my tens. The smallest one is 10, so that's 1, 0. Next smallest would be 12, so that's 1, 2. Then I have 1, 2, 3 15s. So 1, 2, 3 15s. And then a 16. I didn't think that's it. And then we're in the 20s. There are 2 leaves. I have 21 and 25, so my leaves are 1 and 5. Number 6, very similar. Make a stem and leaf with the following data. I'm looking, and my smallest number is 40, so my stem starts at 4. Do I have 50s? Yes. Do I have 60s? Yes. Do you have anything more than 60s? Does not look like it. Okay, so 40s. What number are my 40s? I have 47, 43, 40, and 47. So I have 4 numbers. The smallest one is 40, then 43, then 47, then 47. Next, my 50s. I have 54, 58, 57, 51. So again, 4 numbers. The smallest number is 51, then 54, then 57, then 58. And my 60s, I have 63 and 61. So again, number order 61, then 63. Number 7. How many people like both rock and dance music? Keyword is and. And means overlap. So I want the overlap between rock and dance. Rock is here. Dance is there. They overlap right here. Again, the 8 counts because I don't really care about the rap, so it still counts. Where they overlap is 8 plus 5, which means there are 13 people that like both rock and dance. And number 8. How many people like dance? I don't see the word only. I don't see and or, so I'm just looking for dance. How many people like dance? This is the dance circle. So I'm just going to add it all up. So that's 20 plus 14 plus 8 plus 5. That's 12 plus 5 is 17, 1, 4. Is that right? 34 plus, 47. So there's 47 people that like dance. And that's it.